Okay, here we go. I'm going to do some walkthrough problems with you, very similar to what you're going to work on in your first worksheet. So we are going to start with the question, if we have infrared radiation at 3.27 times 10 to the 11th hertz. All right. We want you to calculate. So calculate energy in joules of a photon. So basically what I'm saying here is you have infrared radiation. This is the frequency, which also, in terms of your symbols in your equations, that's your nu. And we want to calculate energy, which in your equations is E, in joules, which will be the unit you're always in. And joules is represented in units as a capital J. So let's do this. So you're going to need to use your equation. E equals H nu, or in words, that would be energy of a photon equals Planck, which has a C in there, Planck's constant, times frequency. So that's your equation. We're of course looking at E. We're looking for E. So this equation is set up exactly as we want to use it. So then it's just an issue of plugging in. So plugging in should look like this. We're going to have E equals Planck's constant. You'll always be given, and it is always 6.63 times 10 to the negative 34th. It actually has units of joule seconds. That really doesn't matter for you. I can talk to you about it in class if you want to understand how those help you cancel other things out. It basically just tells you if you have energy, it needs to be in joules, and if you have frequency, it needs to be in seconds. I'll explain that in a second when I write the frequency. So I'm going to write Planck's constant down here in my equation. 6.63 times 10 to the negative 34th times the frequency that they gave me, or I gave myself, which is 3.27 times 10 to the 11th, and that is in hertz. Just a little side piece of information. Hertz is equal to 1 over seconds. It's basically how many times does something happen in a second. So that's what I mean when we're still in the units seconds. Okay. That being said, now all that's left to do is to simply punch this into your calculator and hopefully get the right answer. So I'm going to go ahead and punch this in live, which is your delay right here. Remember, you have that E or EXP button that you type in instead of hitting the times 10. And when I punch those all in, I'm going to get a total of 2.17. Now if you round and it's a little off from this, don't worry about it, not a big deal. Times 10 to the negative 22nd. If you get an exponent that's way off from this, you did something wrong in your calculator, probably, and I can help you with that. And your unit, because it's energy, will always be in joules. So put a joule after it. I always like if you box it out. That would be helpful. And that is your example of how to go from, we went from frequency to energy. Remember I told you there's 6 types of problems, that being one of them.